Welcome, the honorable guests, gentlemen and ladies. I am Kapo, already you are informed, and I am just volunteer activist for environmental issues. Today's discussion, my discussion has 4 points. Biocultural space, deeply we will see what it means in our context. Biocultural territories, biocultural unit, opportunities and threats. Here we see biocultural heritage space, that we mean our location where we are. The Gamo Highlands are located south of Addis Ababa, 505 kilometers. If you travel, you will find 2 great lakes of Rift Valley, Arba and Gamo. It's starting from, including those lakes, westward, it's rising about 4,200 meters up, and again falling down to 500 meters to Omo Valley. Ecosystem. The Gamo Highlands has a very complicated, diversified ecosystem. The relationship between plants, animals, mutualism is very high, and also people have a knowledge of managing it, how to live together. So this knowledge was not transformed. Maybe it has a danger we are looking because of the globalization. So we are worried about to take out this knowledge and show for the world, and again for the audience like this. So the big importance in that area is the biodiversity, not the number of species, but the genetic diversity we refer in Gamo Highlands. For example, insect, false banana is our staple food. We have about 156 species of insects and 56 species of barley, 5 species of potatoes, and over 350 species of birds we have, and 110 species of wildlife, over 1,000 species of medicinal plants and exotic plants, which the community is using and cultivating and stayed wild. So this genetic diversity is governed by a social elders elected, not coming to power. It doesn't work among Gamo to come by any forceful way to power. All the community will evaluate you and elect, so you will lead the world, lead your community. These 3 elders are elected because of their age and performance during their last adultery stages. And we have a ground, sacred lands. Sacred lands are a place for open space, left for festival making, open hall ground for meeting forums and decision makings, and also diversity will be stay on the ground, never touched by metallic objects. And here the 3 elders are judging the proceedings going on. You present your issue, then the audience speaks out, comments, and finally they reach into decision and they tell you on the same day the result. Here also the youngsters have right to attend what is going on in the open ground. They are cowboys, they come closer and hear what is going on because they are learning. We don't have a written document about our living way. It is transformed from generation to generation, and we have the generation changing process coming every 5 to 7 years to transform our knowledge to next generation. So the next is spirituality, outlook and philosophy. Let's see. Some people say an indigenous people a pagan. Because of that, they discriminate a nation. God never discriminate humankind. All made by God. Every nation has its spirituality. To the sky, Gamo has Xhosa on the sky, and they believe that Xhosa governs everything, and they designed two versions. Like Bani Oga is like an Old Testament, and Essa Oga is like New Testament. Under Bani Oga, they enumerate things how to live and how to make peaceful way to live with nature, how to live with each other. It avoids adultery, bad speaking, sin, any violence, any secrecy is not permitted under Bani Oga. Also, Gamo Bani Oga was revised by Essa Oga, like a New Testament. Maybe they think that things done in the past were very old enough, they revised it. For example, ancient time, the father only makes slaughter and ritual practices. So, if the father lived for 100 years, his son will never try slaughtering. So, he makes his own house, he's living far away, he should have to slaughter and feed his family. He should have to do all cultural practice as he wants. So the Essa Oga permits, when there is father, he can get a permission from his father, the father will bless, and he lives his own way. This is the spirituality. Under this also, what I want to remind is there is a Gome. A Gome is protecting, a way to inspect and supervise humankind. The human is speaking bad. Also, they make adultery without marriage. They are passing and overlapping to one to another. This is a sin and which is devastating the ecosystem, they think. That so, Gome never permits this one. Here we see the open grounds, very smart field called Dorbo. And in Dorbo is a sacred land. Sacred. What does it mean, sacred? Sacred means to keep the genetic resource. They leave open. No activity, no villagization, no private ownership can be done for 10,000 of years. This field is like this. And to make it sacred, maybe your king immediately can put one of his hair and his fingernails, you will bury on the ground, never touch. So if you trust your king, you don't do. They make your popular priest, they bury his body there. Don't touch this area, it is sacred. They stop. It's a way of conservation. Sometimes it becomes a burial ground. Sometimes it becomes the shrine where we make our kings. Okay, that place is sacred. No agriculture is going on there. Most of our highland top places are sacred because water is coming from top to bottom, and the bottom valley is also not proud. There is a limit for community area and practical culture making area. So the land was closed on the top, closed in the bottom, so the middle land is cultivated economically with homestead gardens and hedge trees. Here we see one of the sacred forests. This time, this sacred forest is in challenge. Because of that, they want to take all these old species of holding with many genetic species here. Because we are thinking that next generation can get and see what type of species of plants are there long time ago. And also we can get our seed from there. Another is our administration system. We have a superstructure. The Gamos are just divided themselves into 40 kingdoms. We have a king and complete superstructure. Maybe there are writings on Addis Ababa University in Ethiopian studies in search of monarchy in Gamo Highlands. Many scholars are written there. And here is the governance structure is led by the custodians of each resource conservation. Mako Wario is now in life, and he is governing as a custodian Milo Mountain, the rangeland, the alpine. So he is looking after that. And this is the Gamo Highlands, the places where he is looking about. He is looking about the genetic diversity. Is it attacked by human pasture overgrazing or by farming? He always is reporting for community what's going on there. And here we see customary laws. What type of laws? We have laws not written, but laws already drafted and agreed, and the custodian can hold, and then he transforms to his generation to generation. And health and education. Since we are Highlanders, we don't have a problem. We are eating organic food. If something wrong happens, just there are healers. One of the herbs are our medicines. And our education. Also, Gamo's education is transformed. Father is telling the story for his boys. Mother is telling for the girls. And they should have to know the ecosystem management, how to live friendly with ecosystem. This is our priority education. But modern education is now coming, and we are getting educated, but Gamo's worried about employment. Okay, maybe when I was at school, I was after completing high school or in 10th grade, I am giving teachers to, I am become a teacher, a pilot, or a captain, or there are many opportunities, even less. This time, even if you have a first degree, I see the doctor is in problem, the construction management student is in problem. Do you see? Education and science never give solution for these days. So maybe we want to exercise to link science with indigenous knowledge and how to survive. So we can reconcile indigenous knowledge of some people, and it will be a solution for other parts of the world. So we want to share, and we want to get a chance to tell our knowledge for other people, and to conserve ourselves too. We want to feed you. Economic network. Our economic network is just we are selling our products, livestock, grains, honey, weaving products, and we are selling in market or bartering. We can bartering seeds, and also buying basics from the market. And here our biocultural units, we are one community, Gamos. Still Gamos have 350 clans. We mean that it is a genetic code, what maybe we can say in modern understanding, just a DNA category. So we don't marry with the same clan. If I am Mr. X, another X is at the behind. If I get a smart girl, what's your clan? Mr. X. Oh, Mr. X is my clan too. So we are a sister and a brother. We never get married, we say. If we marry, maybe we get a foolish children, or maybe moron, like it is coming. So for the RH factor also it works. So these 350 clans are divided into 40 kingdoms and living over 100 kilometer square area in that ecosystem. Localization, globalization. Here we are afraid of localization. I like to live like this one. This is my own. I have a textile knowledge. My ancestors have a textile knowledge. It's not imported. We know growing cotton, we know spinning, and make a good, colorful, these colorful clothes The colors are this time modern, but ancient time it is traditional dyeing from herbs it was made. And this short is only used for community leader. Just I used it as to example to come on this stage in front of you to represent my community. Also, we have festivities. The festivities in Gamo Highlands are coming once in a year, in Mescal. Maybe, according to the legend, once in Jewish land, in Israel, the lost or the Holy Cross was lost or stolen. We don't know the legend. And finally, the report came to Gamo land. The Holy Cross was found. Okay? So it was information arrived on Mescal time. So they designed a new celebration system celebrating, taking out a bonfire from their home, arranging a new food, buying a new clothes, and arranging a pasture land, good high for cattle. And as they have a festival in the Dorbo field, in the festival center, and the bridegrooms married in that season are coming to festival center to display a beauty contest and to get an acknowledgement from the community that she is a housewife, okay, the first lady. So no violence, stop. All the boyfriends and everyone turn his eye to other, okay. So she decorated hairstyle. It was better, the white one. The hair was made in such style and it was planted better, and they put also animal bird's feather. And the interesting what I didn't tell you is in Gamo, all those 350 clans have a clan category with wild animals and birds. I have a wild animal and a bird from my clan. Everybody has. So you don't kill any bird or any animal without permission of the community. Maybe yearly, unless the cultural safari is going on to minimize its size, you don't kill any animal. So that place is still promising. There is a big thousands of genetic diversity in that area, and also remaining rivers, everything is very diversified, so we should have to say opportunities and threats. There are opportunities. Yes, always we start from the good part. Conservation of culture and tradition. We have a conservation knowledge, culture and tradition. So we can share that knowledge. We know weaving to grow organics, synthetic, high organic synthetic cotton like this. Also we have weaving knowledge and the spinning knowledge. Maybe how many of you girls you know weaving? No, weaving does not belong to you, spinning. Okay? You don't know maybe. So genetic diversity. In Gamo Highlands, not biodiversity is seen not because of its species, but we have a genetic diversity is very high because I mentioned you about the insect, okay, barley and everything. All plants have medicinal value, and the food plants and the adaptation of the altitude. So that the genetic diversity should be conserved, and maybe they can share to other parts of the world or to places like this where nature has gone. Government policies are promising, yes, there is a policy, Article 11. This is telling about the separate government from religion. And Article 41 is to exercise your culture and to demonstrate it. Article 43 is also to participate in development, like it says. Even though, if there is a ground, we have a ground, legal ground, we can work. Conflict management is an interesting thing in Gamo land. Maybe Gamo land, there was a conflict coming, but maybe if I kill someone, I never been sentenced in 2 days in Gamo land. Never. Also, no one can put me in prison because of I speak hard or spoken to somebody. But we managed and lived and arrived 21st century. We mixed it with central government in 1897, okay, whatever kind. At that moment, up to that moment, we are peacefully living. We don't have a prison house. We don't have police, okay? So, you can speak in Gamo land whatever you want for anybody. It's your democratic right. Maybe by chance, if you are secret, if you don't tell your problem for elder, you can kill somebody, but they never sentence you to death. There is a management, a conflict management. So still side by side, that is working. It's helping this government. And the smart thing there was, you never organize yourself by 3-witness system in modern law. Okay? Among us, it is never permitted. The community will just assess and find and reach to the truth. And government, if you are one, you can win thousands. This is our faith and the truth. Traits. There are seed traits. Gamos want to conserve their organic recycling seeds. But the globalization say maybe your seed doesn't give 100 quintal per hectare. Civil rights are violated, so I should have to speak in Gamo land. No, I killed somebody. So there was a cultural practice that I may not sentence to death, or I can manage by the complete management system. If I say nobody hear me, they send me 20 years to jail, and again they are putting me in jail without work. Lack of policy development. Yes, we have. We saw the articles, but they don't have a guidelines. The articles are there, but you are start working, there is no guidelines, so you are coming in problem. Invasion of sacred lands. Dorbo, you saw the open field ground. People want that field to be sacred and for making festivals. Maybe the investment will think that we want to use for sheep breeding. Here is our challenge. Lack of intellectual property protection. We have some knowledge, waving like this, folklore, and other kinds of art creatings are not protected. Thank you. So, finally I want to speak about maybe I am afraid of quickly an audience like you stand up and work together and save this dying area. Maybe that genetic diversity can feed other parts of the world and other parts of the country. And so we want to share our indigenous knowledge, how to protect nature, how to manage it, and its value, the land, the people, and everything. And also, you should have to worry about your supermarket. Now we ate a good restaurant, good food. Okay? It is a life issue. So, see you in the Gamo Highlands. Thank you.